What's that using for a melee weapon?
You get a chain sword.
That's so boring nowadays. Everyone's got a chain sword.
All right. We're gonna get started straight away.
Yes, please.
You'll have about 4 hours of dithering around / investigating, in air quotes, before you are scheduled to meet Eldrick Marin for the duel that he doesn't remember.
Oh, poor Eldrick.
Everyone has gotten really, really forgetful since you guys rolled in.
Lots of odd things have been happening.
No one quite remembers how they happened. Anything in particular that Ketho wants to investigate during his meanderings?
I have some time before I meet Jeanville.
Yes. Jeanville had sent a runner over to inform you as you guys are eating breakfast that he'd meet you in the central market stall like a half hour or so before the duel is scheduled to occur.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll go scout out that area.
All right. You go along the way there. This is a Saturday, so the workers only have 10-hour shifts instead of 14.
Lucky ducks.
Yep. Saturday is a particularly lively market day, so everyone is out in the markets hawking their wares. Lots of luxury high-end goods are available, so like clothing and trinkets and old curios, fine food, a few ornate weapons. Most of the weapons seem like they're mostly for show, but there are some genuine, interesting things there. So are you interested in buying anything in particular?
No, I just kind of want to more scout out the area, because again, I'm playing it safe, so I don't know if I want to trust Jeanville. I mean, I want to trust him, but I want to make sure I've got my sort of bases covered. So I just want to get a lay of the land, so I know things like if there was some sort of double crossing, where would people show up, that kind of stuff. So at least I can tell my allies when they're here with me.
All right. It takes approximately a half hour to get to the market area from your breakfast location at the villa. Once you get there, I suppose make an awareness test.
Any modifiers?
-10 because there's a large number of people crowding the area.
I shouldn't have asked.
What you got?
Nope.
What? You don't have awareness trained?
No, he just has low perception.
Yeah, I'm not very perceptive.
You're not a very perceptive person.
I could increase that, and I probably should. I have the XP for it.
Yeah, I'd definitely do it.
All right, so you observe the area, just giving it a quick surveying. There's so much going on that it's hard to really pick out anyone in particular. You see the everyday bustle of a busy market day, but nothing beyond that.
Okay. Mortimer's there with me?
Yes, he is. Are you looking for anything in particular, sir?
I ask him what if he's heard any scuttlebutt from the nobles recently. Anything exciting happening today?
Rumors and such like going around?
Yeah, I like a good rumor.
Well, the thing that's on the tip of everyone's tongues is the duel you have scheduled for noon today. Beyond that, one of the men from the minor houses was complaining very loudly last night about how Natalie Corvus had turned him down. There was some particularly fashionable new fabrics coming in from far off world that are being shown in the market stalls. If you want to ask around for more stuff yourself, you can make an inquiry roll.
I really don't have anything I need right now, or that I know that I need.
Also, what you can do is you can make an inquiry roll to make an estimate of what the group's subtlety is, if you're interested in knowing that.
Actually, that is something. I will do that.
And actually, I'm going to roll this one in secret, so you don't know how many degrees of failure you may or may not have.
Curses!
But I'm pretty sure your inquiry is rather good. In the course of just asking around, you determine that the party's subtlety bonus, so the tens digit of your subtlety is 7.
Ooh.
7 being that you were a new face, but you fit in pretty well with the established crowd. People know that you exist, but that's just about the extent of their knowledge. Subtlety 100 being that no one even knows you're there. And subtlety 0 being like you're lighting witch pyres in the center of town and waving the Inquisition symbol above your heads.
Can we please?
Yeah, you seem to be blending in rather well.
Oh, that's good. I think given that we have to be known, that's not bad.
The process of asking around takes about an hour to do it in a circumspect way such that no one will really notice that you're asking into it.
You mean I can't just do the quick way and be like, hey, does anyone know I'm an Inquisition?
Does anyone like me?
Hey, you! Take out my bolt pistol. Do you like me? How do you think of me as a person?
Interrogation is primary means of communication.
Yeah. With that done, make another awareness test as you're going about this. Oh, you also have Keen Intuition. Keen Intuition lets you re-roll awareness tests at -10 if you fail them.
Oh, well, I'm doing that because I
So
failed.
make 2 more awareness tests with a -20 modifier.
Oh, jeez.
So shooting fish in a barrel, but
You're going for an 11.
roll enough times and you'll succeed eventually. All right. As you're going about your business, then you notice that there's more people than average clustered around this area where you're planning to hold the duel. Listening in on the conversations, you hear them all gossiping about what went down, and I heard this noble walked up and cursed out the heir to the Marin's household while eating a lobster the whole time. I'm going to see this. This is going to be an interesting duel, and watching the nobles throw down a duel is somewhat of a recreational activity for the common folk. It happens a lot, you gather. It's not an every week occurrence, but it's a reasonably often thing. But it's always exciting when it happens.
Well, of course. If he shows.
That's what you notice. You don't see anything particularly suspicious.
Well, I guess I just hang around, wait for Jeanville. I'll like chime into the crowd. It's like, yeah, I heard he's an amazing guy, that dude.
Yeah, you've got about 2 hours until you're scheduled to meet him here. You do have the comm code for Demic Corvus's contact info.
Right, I have it here. Demic's digits.
Mm-hmm.
Is he close by? Can I go pay him a visit?
You can call and find out.
Oh, I guess I'll call him.
Get some digits.
They have payphones. Also, a lot of the buildings will have their own phone in it. It's all like landlines. No cell phones, really.
80s future.
80s future. The cars all have phones in them, though.
Beep, 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 beep.
Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring.
Hold it. Damick? Hello.
Hey, Ketho, how you doing?
Damick!
My man, how is it?
How you doing?
What's good?
Oh, just chilling, you know. Covering after last night.
Hey, listen, I might be misled, but I've been hearing tell that you were challenged by Eldrick Marin to a duel today.
That's the word on the street.
Didn't know I was sharing a drink with a celebrity yesterday.
I don't like to brag, so, honestly, I'll put down some credits on him not even showing.
That's ambitious of you. He's never failed to show up for a duel before. He's quite an ornery one, and let's say he gets a lot of practice in fighting duels.
That's fair.
And he's rather good at it too. So watch yourself out there.
Oh, I think it'll be a fun time. So hey, if I'm not dead later today, we should hang out. We should get some drinks, do something. I don't know.
Yeah. Emperor willing, yeah.
Yeah, toast my victory. I mean, if I don't have plans to have a party for my victory after this thing, why even win it? I'll just let them shoot me. Just be like, no, I got nothing better to do today.
Well, I like your enthusiasm at least.
Hey, I don't fight because I'm a bored noble sitting around. I fight because it's fun.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Later today, around noon, I would be down there. Maybe stop by to check out the aftermath of the duel, but I'm going to be getting lunch with my dear sister, Natalie.
Oh,
So
that
I'll
sounds-
be otherwise occupied, but perhaps afterwards you can,
I'll catch up with you guys.
you could come join us if you're alive and
Where
don't
are you
need
guys?
to be rushed off to the Medicaid.
Where are you guys going to be?
We'll be in one of the private dining halls in the Ravenloft. Ravenhold. Ravenloft is a D&D thing. The Ravenhold. Yeah, just call them these digits and my menservant will let you know where to go.
All right, damn it, that sounds good.
Oh, Emperor protect you, and
Thank
he
you.
willing, then we'll see you in the afternoon.
Yeah, plan to see me. Plan
Mhm.
to see me.
Give him hell. Then he hangs up.
Damn it, great guy. And I look at the nearest person, even if they're not paying attention. I'm just like, he's a great guy. And then I just ignore their confusion and walk off.
They are confused.
Yes.
Confusion successful.
So I guess I'm waiting for Jean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess I should tell you what I'm armed with.
Weapons will be provided there.
Okay, well, I still bring my bolt pistol, and I still wear my forearm-mounted stub auto because there is no dignity in death
Yes.
or something. I'll bring the chainsword and the knife.
Your chainsword looks like more of a commoner's chainsword, not particularly befitting a noble.
I'll just bring a knife.
In game terms, if it's like a good quality or better chainsword, it looks suitably noble.
Okay.
Make a charm test with +20 to just fit in and do your cover establishment. All right, there you go.
God damn.
Right
It's
on.
good. It's good enough.
On fire.
I might need some luck if this guy actually shows up.
Eventually, Jean Ville shows up. There's more people starting to trickle in anticipation of the duel. On your homeworld, duels were private affairs, but here on Acheron, duels that are like thrown down in public tend to be fought in public as well.
Interesting.
So it's a good way to humiliate a rival.
Are
if
any
you
of
defeat
the
them.
other members of the party there?
Yeah, is anyone else showing up?
You guys are trickling in around the time that the duel is scheduled to be. So as Ketho's having his conversation with Jean Ville, you guys will be showing up. Unless you want to detour to somewhere else on the way.
No, we should stand by. In case
So you can carry my body off. Well, when I see Jean Ville, I look around. I'm like, this is quite the spectacle.
You did pick a fight with one of the most cantankerous nobles in the Spire.
That's true. Is he going to show?
Well, he's never failed to show before.
Does he remember that he has a duel today?
I don't see why he wouldn't.
No.
I've been on my own business for most of the day, so I haven't been with the master today. He sent me out on a few other errands.
Gotcha. So how'd you end up here? And with a guy like that?
Well, long story.
It looks like I've got about 30 minutes before he shows up and kills me, so...
Ketho, you notice that he does seem a little bit nervous as he's talking to you.
I look at him, what's wrong?
What do you mean?
You seem nervous.
He smiles a bit. You know me too well. See, I don't have anything conclusive really, but the master was acting a little bit strange. He would space out a little bit, and then when me or one of the other servants inquired what was the matter, he would snap at us and tell us to go away, and then get back to sort of staring off at a wall, but probably nothing. He's uneven temperament sometimes.
I see. Is he always like this, or was this more heightened?
I think it was particularly heightened this past night, and I don't know what could be causing it, but I don't even know if I can say he's not acting himself, because he's always a little bit uneven temperament, as I mentioned, but it was more pronounced than usual.
That's interesting.
Maybe he was put off by your encounter a little while ago.
Maybe. Did he do anything else stressful yesterday?
Nothing beyond the average noble's duties.
Huh. Is he the type to try to pull a fast one, pull a feint. Oh, I can't fight because of my leg kind of thing?
No, he's never failed to show up for a duel before.
Oh, okay.
He's quite reliably shows up. In fact, tends to show up a little bit early. He's never the second to show up for a duel. So I was surprised to see you here because I hadn't heard from you since you left World. How long ago was it that you left? I've kind of lost track of the years.
Yeah, it's been years now. I don't even count anymore. It's been a crazy ride.
Yeah, well,
Crazy stories. I got marooned for a while. Wasn't fun. Has to be back in civilization again, for sure. So what brought you out here in the first place?
Well, I left because things were not going well back home.
Oh.
During your tenure as Zadamatch, then you held things together pretty well, but your replacement just so nobody really, because no one else in your family was really eligible to take the position, just wasn't as effective. He wasn't good at clamping down on all the threats that you were familiar with, smugglers and crime, that sort of thing that you cracked down on pretty hard during your tenure. He was losing control. And so I saw corruption become a lot more common among the higher echelons of the nobility.
Are we here at this time hearing this?
Ketho, do you want to broadcast this to them?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. As you're responding to him, you take care to repeat portions of what he's been saying. Your mic can't pick up what he's saying directly, but you can repeat the information for the benefit of your party members.
I walked through. It's sounds like some of my experience on Mouthy. Maybe we should go back and purge one day.
If you ever do make it back there, then we'd miss our old whipcracker back in the position.
It'd be nice to go back, but I have business. It still isn't done yet.
Very well.
So gotta, keep trucking on while also making a living. And also trying not to get shot by nobles, but that's not going well so far.
What have you taken an interest to lately?
Well, as you said, what I know well is defending a planet. So what I like to go do now, I've got another retinue that I hired after doing a little bit of work. Kind of work as sort of a contractor. I go to planets and I show them their weaknesses because I've seen them exploited before. And sometimes we'll go and we'll just talk about it, set up, tests and stuff like that. Other times, the nobility needs more of a direct approach. Here, this is more of a sit down and talk. Other places, it's been crazy. I get to smuggle things, not actual contraband, but we hide them in sacks of flour, and we just literally write contraband on it. And you just see some nobles' eyes when they just see that stuff on their planet. How did this get here? You gotta watch your signatures coming in. You gotta track those things.
All right, make a deceive roll for me.
Any bonuses?
20.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Yes.
He chuckles. He's like, I guess they can take you off planet, but can't take the planet out of you.
Nope.
Good to see you're keeping your edge sharp. But if you do find yourself inclined to come back home, then there's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah? Would you be interested in a position if I went back?
Well, always, sir.
Oh, awesome.
I am right now indebted to Master Marin, but if I was freed from my obligations, then I might be interested in...
Indebted? How much?
As much as I'm loath to admit it, he saved my life a while back.
Eldrick did?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Well, we'll have to figure that out. But that's doable. Everyone has a price.
As he's telling this, you do feel like he's holding back the details. He didn't tell you all that much, but you feel there's definitely more to the story.
I say to him, Javil, assuming I don't get shot to death, we should meet up again, catch up, reminisce about old times. Maybe even talk about getting you out of this indebted situation so at least you can pick your employer, even if it's not me, which is fine. I just don't like to see you under the heel of some other guy's boot, or of anyone's boot.
Well, maybe his employer will be dead at the end of the day.
That's very considerate of you, Master.
Ketho to you.
Ketho. You know me, I was always one to stand on formality, even in cases where it was overly pedantic or unnecessary. That's why I'm the one in charge of the finances. So, in that case, I should be headed out to join my master's side of the circle. It would be improper for me to hang around this area.
That is true.
Well, this is a bit of a conflict of interest, but I do wish you the best of luck.
Hey, I wish your master the best of luck as well. It will be a fun contest.
All right. And take care of yourself. He wheels and walks back through the crowd towards his end. It's a couple minutes to the time of the scheduled duel, and the crowd is starting to murmur because Eldrick Marin has not shown up.
This is when you start
That's weird.
slandering his name and get us killed.
There's a man in a porcelain and blue coat carrying a lacquered box is standing at the center of the rough circular area they've formed, and a handful of House Oberon guards are shooing the people back to form the proper circular distance for a duel to take place.
I approach and I ask, may I see the weapons we'll be using today?
He inclines his head wordlessly up, and there's polished sabers, finely wrought, not power weapons or chain weapons or anything. And as you examine it, you can tell the edge has been purposely blunted a little bit. It's a duel to first blood rather than to the death.
Oh, I see.
Full pistols would definitely not be allowed.
I see. Child's play, but it'll be fun. Where is he?
This is most unusual. Master Eldrick is never late to a duel.
We'll give him 10 minutes. That's fair. I have a lunch.
That is more than fair, sir.
Great. We should wait. How's your day going?
Well, same old typical life of a servant of no interest to you, sir.
Okay. Awesome. What normally happens if there's a no-show? I mean, I'm new. I'm just curious. Back in my home world, we don't even have these big shows like this.
But you are familiar with the practice of dueling, yes?
Oh, yeah, very much.
Eyebrow.
Every society seems to do it different. If you ever get off world, you'll notice there's always subtle differences. But so what's the deal? Like, what's I don't know what happens if someone's a no-show. I mean, back on my planet, it was execution. So I hope it's not as harsh here.
Well, we're not barbarians here.
Oh no, we actually valued showing up.
I can see why with that incentive.
It really helps for the military, trust me.
Well, in this case, if someone does in fact fail to show up to their obligated duel, then word gets around very quickly.
This is gonna be great.
Typically, the various trading partners will be much more reluctant to do business with someone who has neither the honor nor courage to show up to a duel that they challenge themselves.
It seems a little crazy, but it was extraordinary circumstance, and I'm not so low that I will rub it in, graciously sort of, on my end, sweep it under the rug, so long as, he behaves himself. That's what got us into this in the first place.
Well, that is chivalrous of you, but ultimately won't make a great deal of difference, because everyone else will do plenty of mudslinging on your behalf, whether you'd like them to or not.
That's true. At least, well, I still have to do my part, at least. I have no need to throw mud. My shoes are a little dirty enough as they I scuff off my shoes.
Time passes. 10 minutes go by. There is no sign of Eldrick Marin. The murmurs of the crowd have turned into quite a racket at this point, such that if you want to talk to someone next to you, you have to raise your voice. This is quite an unprecedented event for this particular fellow to not show up to a duel.
I stand in the way. I say to the man, even if he's not here, can we still use the blades? Give the people a show anyways?
Well, if you wish. Zarkov, it's at this moment you see that your new buddy, Katrin, is also in attendance.
What up? One more, I look at her awkwardly from afar and go, hi.
She looks back awkwardly as the social tests between you two are just who rolls the fewest degrees of failure.
I just start trying to talk loud, trying to get the attention of the crowd. Hear ye, hear ye. It seems like we will not have the fight you expected today, but I'm still willing to take on a challenger for the sport of it. These blades are mostly safe. I mean no one, no harm. I'll just pick someone. If you're interested, say yay and step forward. I take the saber and I spin around dramatically, like pointing it at people, and then like, is it gonna be? Oh, no, I'm gonna move away. I point it at Tyruss.
Tyruss, do you accept this challenge?
You look like a fast, nimble man.
You realize my melee skill is not very high. Yeah,
No,
I
it
just.
doesn't. We're just giving a show. That's
Yeah,
all.
okay, yeah. I without saying anything, I step up.
Give him a round of applause, everyone.
There's laughing around the circle and applause. The crowd's got even bigger now.
I graciously hand to Tyruss one of the blunted sabers.
The two of you square off in the center of the ring.
I asked the man with the box, will you officiate, sir?
Why not? Yes.
Hooray!
Very well. The two of you cross blades.
King.
All right.
Oh, this is a good
And this informal duel will be to first blood. On the count of 3, may the Emperor protect. 1, 2, 3. And roll initiative.
Yes.
Ketho, your move first. And this is a best quality sword, so you get plus 10 to your attack roll.
I attack him.
Alright. Tyruss, if you want to dodge or parry, you may do so. Not good enough. Ketho, roll some damage. It's just d10 plus strength plus 1.
6.
You hit on the head. Is that enough to harm you on the head, Tyruss?
I have no armor on the head, and my toughness is 4, so yes.
Alright. So,
Stab in the face.
slices right across the forehead. You take 1 point of damage. And that was a fast duel.
Indeed.
That was a very fast duel.
How does the crowd react to that one?
There's a moment of silence and then cheering. Some of them hadn't realized the fight started yet.
I go over to him. I can put a hand around his shoulder. It's like a valiant effort. Let's have another. Let's have another.
Katrin turns to Zarkov and
I was
says,
going to say, yeah.
we had a
Shall we
duel
show them?
scheduled, did we not?
I was going to say, shall we show them a real duel?
Alright.
Maybe we shouldn't be attracting this much attention and potentially hurting each other.
Maybe.
Someone caused righteous fury to
Can
the
you
face.
can you
lose all your eyes.
can you tell me this on the comms, Zarkov?
Do I tell you this? Yeah, I tell you on the comm that me and Katarina are here and we want a duel.
I quickly touch it and I say, okay, I have a way to get you here, sort of organically. I spin around, point my saber. You, sir, Zarkov, you're a strapping man.
I'd say so.
Take this blade and show the nobility what's what.
As you command, my lord.
Don't call me your my lord.
Well, I'm in your service, aren't I?
I know, but you're.
Oh. Well, you're a nobleman anyways.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm a peasant. Like, what do you want from me?
All right. So we set up for another duel, this time with Zarkov.
Alright. As you're trying to do that, Katrin just pushes you aside and says, I'll fight him.
We have a new contestant. Oh, this is a great day.
Awkward moments.
I just quickly say, pair up, find someone to duel. This is a chance for you to get your anger out. All right, I want to see this.
Katrin takes one of the swords. The two of you square up and cross blades.
Alright. Been a while since I've rolled attacks.
Alright, initiative time. Alright. She's got an ability that lets her reroll initiative. So, she's got 9. Alright, that works. Zarkov goes first.
Weapon skill test is what I'm doing.
What sort of attack?
I'll take a defensive stance.
Yes, you can do that. That does...
Opponents suffer additional -20 weapon skill.
You back up and lower into a defensive crouch. She bares her teeth and lunges forward with a flurry of swings. Alright, that is a miss. So she goes by in a series of swings, but you fend her strikes off.
I guess I'm gonna do a lightning attack against her then. So
Very
I'm gonna
well.
leash back a flurry.
Fire away.
Alrighty. So just weapon skill test.
Lightning attack is minus 10.
10.
Best quality sword, which is plus 10. And if you're aiming, that's an extra plus 10. So it's a net plus 10, actually.
Okay, sweet.
Because best quality,
And I just put 10 in, submit. Boom.
that was pretty good. She's going to try and parry that. The target number to parry is a 73, which is pretty good. But not good enough to block those swings. She's going to spend a fate point. She does not want to lose. Nope. Not doing it. Alright, you've got 4 hits there.
Yeah.
Body, arm, head, I think.
Ha.
Alright, so start rolling damage then.
Oh god.
You just have to do 1 damage, John. Good luck.
I got 4 attacks.
Jesus.
That one to the body is good enough. So that counts as first blood.
You proceed to hit him 3 more times.
You have really good stats.
Yeah.
That concludes that duel there. Alright.
I stop after the first one.
The crowd lets up a raucous cheer because that was a dizzying display of blade work.
Yeah. Lots of slashes very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I bow.
And she grits her teeth and bows and said, "Good job. We'll have to rematch sometime."
Of course.
Alright.
Woo!
There's crowd gathered for a duel. Didn't quite get the one they expected, but still turned out pretty well for them. You survived your duel and are alright to go off to wherever else you want to be. You increase your influence by 2 and give yourself the enemy House Marin talent.
Ooh.
So that gives you minus 10 on all pleasant social interactions with members of that group.
Got it. Tyruss, I just want to point out I'm the king of regicide and dueling you right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is that gonna be a new pastime? You ever play Regicide, then you're gonna duel? Dueling Regicide? It's like your new like boxing chess?
I should just keep a sword with me in case I start losing at regicide. I'll just like take it out. Or I thought we were dueling. I hope it doesn't leave a scar though. I didn't mean to hit you in the head.
Compared to the bolt round to the face, the scar is not that bad.
But that scar was my fault. That's 100% my fault. Tyruss, I am sorry for it. You can make a scar on me later on.
Alright. As for experience points for today, I'll give you the experience for defeating an enemy of the Imperium because you soundly humiliated Mr. Eldrick Marin in a duel, or lack thereof. So that counts, I'd say, for the extra XP. Not a whole lot of investigation happened. I guess you found that Eldrick Marin was kind of spacey, alternately, and snappy. But I don't think that counts as a big enough lead to get extra XP for that. So each of you get 150 experience. Alright. So we had kind of a short one this time.
It was a solid session, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will see you guys later next week.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Thanks for listening to the show. You can find us online at itsprobablyheresy.wordpress.com. And if you see anything heretical, you can contact the Acolytes at itsprobablyheresy@gmail.com.
'80s future.
80s future.